Morning. All right, so we're going to go ahead and still today our whiskey. So we're excited.
Yeah, they have a strap on.
Oh my gosh.
I was in the process of crashing the beer, the whiskey wash, but I'm using this whiskey yeast from Fermentis Safe Ale, and it's a low flocculating yeast, and you should be able to distill on the grain without crashing your beer or anything. The beer right now is around 24 degrees Celsius, and I just pulled off a sample, and it's it's kind of milky. It doesn't have it doesn't have chunks in it, and I think we're just going to go ahead and run with it and see how it goes. We're going to do a stripping run, and then we're going to do another still, a final distillation process. But what we're going to do is I'm going to fill it about halfway, just above the thermometer there on the tank, and we're going to distill that way. I feel that we get a better yield when I don't fill it all the way up, and then we'll distill again, another stripping run that way, and then we'll collect everything and we'll do a final spirits run. So this one is going to be kind of fast, hot and fast, trying to get as much liquor as possible, and then the second one will be slow, kind of like barbecue, I guess, slow and fairly high temperature, but we're going to take our time rising the temp, getting the temperature up. The goal is for me to have on the spirit run, have the whiskey come out around 140 proof. I'm going to show you kind of what we did here. It's the first time that we're doing this. I don't know if you've seen one of my previous videos, but the elements over here are fairly high in the tank. Let's see if I can get an image on the inside. I don't know if you can see inside there, but anything below those elements, it doesn't really heat. And I tried it yesterday and it was very, very cool. So what I've decided to do is, you see the fermenter over there, I'm going to transfer the beer, probably with gravity right now, and if I have the pump if I need to. And then once I have the beer to the level that I want, I'll shut off this valve, I'll open up the drain valve here, and I'm going to recirculate the beer so I can make sure, the wash, so that I can make sure I am distilling all of the liquid in there and making sure that the heat is spread evenly. Now, when I bought this at Mile High, this tank, they had an option for an agitator. It was about $1,400. But they said that, I think they were buying it overseas and they were having a lot of complaints with it, so they weren't selling it anymore. So I've looked and I haven't really seen any good agitators, but this really kind of does the job. I do lose some beer in the hose here, but this is all I have right now. So for this purpose, I think it's going to work just fine. And it's the first time I'm going to do it on a whiskey. So you'll see the still here. We got it all nice and cleaned up. We only have 3 chambers. I've taken the bubble plates off, and I do need to hook up the water. But we're gonna go ahead and start transferring and start heating up, and then I can hook up the water and go from there. So here we go. All right, here we go. It is now flowing. You see it? Definitely looks like a milky soup. You got a flashlight? Let's go ahead and... There we go. It's pretty good. All right. As soon as it gets to that temperature probe, we're gonna go ahead and stop it. All right, so we got the wash in there. we're about right here on the tank, so just a little bit over half. Roberto's putting the lid on, and now I have it recirculating. I have the valve a little bit, restricting the flow, so it's not like full bore. And you can see a little condensation from the beer, the wash, and we're recycling. And I just realized it. This basically acts as an agitator, so maybe I want to keep that going the entire process. We'll just have to wait and see. Right now I have it at a 19.4 amps. I think it maxes out at about 21. So I brought it down a couple amp, I guess a sixth of one half, half a dozen of another. But we're gonna heat it up, we're gonna watch it. And like I said, this is gonna be a stripping run. And we got our little collector. We also have our glass jars that we can collect into. And you'll notice with this still, it came with this huge, long collector, and it almost touches the floor. If I were to take another section out, I don't think we'd be able to use it. So 3 is really the least amount of sections we could use without putting the whole tank up on a table or some sort. So now it's just a waiting game. We gotta let it heat up and watch it. All right, temperature is almost at 140 in the boiler, and it's starting to condense. You can see it fogging up inside. When it starts getting ready, it should clear up. Now I don't have any of the boiler plates in here, and our head temp is right around 100 degrees. So we're getting close. All right, just testing this out here. So I got my microphone charged back up, but I just wanted to give you an update. In the boiler here, we're right around 160 degrees, and on the head temp, we're just about 118 degrees. So, and I'm starting to smell the vapors coming out, and it smells sweet, smells good, and it's just like I remember it. And I still have the pump on. This is hotter than a 6-foot pistol, and I have it continually recirculating. And I was just thinking about something. I have the hose still connected to our fermenter. And I guess theoretically, as I'm distilling and the volume goes down, I could theoretically put more beer in it and continue to distill. The only difference is that that's at like 28 degrees centigrade, which is what, like 80 degrees, almost 78, 79. So I'd only be able to put in a little bit at a time so that it would raise the temperature fairly quickly. Otherwise, it'd bring down the entire wash, the temp, and then I'd have to wait for it to come back up. So I guess it could be 6 of one half, half a dozen of another, if I just waited until tomorrow, emptied everything out and did a new run. Or I could try to finish off the other 180 liters I have in the fermenter and see if that works. So I don't know, maybe I'll try it. I've never done it before, but I'll be recording as I do it if I do. All right. So I just asked Roberto for encendedor. That's the correct name for this, right? It's basically a lighter. And the head temp is at 140 right now, and we are collecting just a little bit. And there's probably only 3 or 4 drops in there. Let's see if I get another one. I wanted to. Okay, let's just see for the hell of it. There we go. Can you see it? There's that blue flame in there. There we go. So we're getting some. All right, so I'm just doing a quick update here. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, we're about 105 proof. And it's been like this for the last 20 or so minutes, and we're at a half a gallon. I would say 25 minutes for a half gallon. And we're right at around 208 degrees inside the boiler. And we are right around 202. And it has not moved. I did turn down the elements. We're at, I don't know if you can see it over there. We're at 12.9 and 13.2 amps. And it's coming out fairly good. So we're gonna just sit here and get as much of this liquor as we possibly can. Okay, and we're just a shy over 45 minutes and we got a gallon. So we went ahead and put it into this 20 liter or 5 gallon jug. I've sanitized it inside, so it's sanitary. I know it's alcohol going in there, but you want to have a sanitary container. And this is our, hola, ¿qué tal? And this is our 2nd gallon right now of whiskey. And we're right at 100, just shy of 100 proof. And I've been recycling. Now, I did let in some new beer, and it dropped the temperature fairly quickly and it stopped producing, but literally about 60 seconds later it started producing right again. So I'm going to keep on playing with this and keep adding beer. So we'll keep you posted. All right, an hour and a half in and we have 2 gallons of just about 100 proof. The first gallon was 100 proof. The 2nd gallon was a mix of 190 proof. And I'll just show you here. We're now down to right around, I think, 80. Let's see. Well, 85 proof. Thing never wants to be in the direction that you want it in. All right, yeah, so about 85 proof. And we're still collecting pretty good. That's my wife. She brought us lunch. Thank you. Huh? Yeah. She doesn't like to be videotaped. And I got 2 gallons. It's about 100 proof. It's right here. And we're still cooking. The pot is about 210, just right above boiling. And we're at about 208. All right, gang. So we've been at this for quite a while. It's 6 o'clock. We started producing around 1 o'clock. And we now have 5 gallons of 90 proof whiskey right here. And then this is, we're right around 55. It's hard to see, it keeps turning on me right here, but about 55 proof, almost 40. Yeah, I would say 55-ish. And it's still coming out, and I'm gonna try and go down to 20. And I'm gonna keep on collecting. I gotta get another jug. And this is only about 140 liters worth. I'll show you the fermenter here. And the tape is pretty much shot, but this is 100 liters right here. So I got about 100 liters left to transfer in here. And I figure I'll get about another, I don't know, 3 gallons. So I think by the end of the whole process, I'll have maybe 8 gallons, maybe 9 of around between 80 and 90 proof. And then I'm gonna want to, I think, dilute that at least down to 40 or 30. I need at least 26 gallons to fill that halfway to get it above the thermometer, and I want it above the elements. So I'm gonna come in tomorrow and finish this off, because there's no way I'm gonna stick around at 6 o'clock right now. And we're still at what, 45, 50 proof alcohol that's coming off of it. So I'm gonna turn one element off, and I'm gonna turn the other element. They're both at 12 and a half right now. I'm gonna take one element down and put it like at 4 amps and just have it stay on all night just to keep it warm. So when I come in at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's not gonna take me 2 hours to get it all the way back up to temperature. At least I'll be able to get it up to temp fairly quick. I'll leave the 1 gallon jar there open to make sure if anything does collect, it will collect overnight. And then I'll start over again tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have enough time to put the 100 liters into the tank and continue doing that tomorrow. That might be for Monday because I think my wife will shoot me if I'm here all day on Saturday. So I'll probably end up finishing it on Monday. But so far so good, I'm really happy. The hearts of this particular batch, I tried some, very good. I really enjoyed it. You can smell the corn. It was a little bit on the sweet side. Obviously, when I was taking it, it was about 110, 115 proof, and it was very good. So I'm very excited to see what the outcome is going to be. So stay tuned.